Real versus fake.
In the context of
just Heineken Zero and Impossible Whopper. Yes. Got him.
I was like, I feel like I know where this is going, but I'm gonna ask just in case, because I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
Got him.
Oh, I'm never.
Got him.
That
is a welcome to the Breakers of Bread podcast. That was awesome.
You actually could see the reaction too. So
oh man, that was awesome.
This time you don't even have to guess.
Oh, that was awesome.
You get to see the exact reaction and why the heck.
Oh snap! That was great.
This infuriates me.
Oh man.
First I want to start on the Whopper.
Okay.
Because of the fact. Actually, no. I want to start on Heineken because I could just fly through that. As a partaker in Heinekens every now and again, I know what they taste like, what they're supposed to taste like, what they feel like, and I haven't tried Heineken Zero yet, so I'm not gonna be one of those people that's like haven't tried it and then just like talks. Actually, yeah, I am gonna be one of those people that just bashes it
because we could come back after we try it.
Yeah.
And if I'm wrong,
I'm wrong. But I just don't think that that's like
the case here.
Yeah, I'm like you're basically you're not even selling carbonated water. You're selling a facade, a lie. It just there's so many things wrong with that just doesn't add up. Like it's Heineken Zero, which for some people, that could sound like the best thing ever. It's like, oh, it's Heineken, except without the alcohol. And I'm just like, well, let me ask you this. Would you ever drink, for my beer people out there, would you ever drink any beer out there if it did not contain alcohol? Like anything. Like
I can tell you for a fact, I have had Old Duels. Not a fan.
Like even Mike's Hard Lemonade, I don't think it's like...
That's no. I am. Times is hard on the boulevard. Mike's Hard Lemonade remind me of like Boone's Farm or something along that line.
It feels too casual. It's not. I wouldn't even say it's like a pick me up. It almost feels more like a juice that contains alcohol rather than an alcoholic beverage that's sweet. It's like it feels like naked juice to me. That's how I feel about like Mike's. But Heineken Zero, that's taking it to another level. That's disrespectful. I'm like, how? Why? Like who? Why? Why are we doing this? So actually, let me get the facts about Heineken. Oh no, it's not just Heineken Zero. It's Heineken 0.0, and they're still calling it non-alcoholic beer. But they say, here's what it tastes like. What does it taste? I don't even really want to know. I feel like, I don't know. It's just weird. Like, I understand we want to sell Heinekens and all this stuff, but it's like, I don't know. Just don't call it beer, or just call it something else. Like, you can keep the name, just call it something else.
Yeah.
Because at that point, it's like, what are you selling? Like, what are we gonna do? Like fruit juice without the fruit? Like or just not even the fruit, just the nutrient. I don't know. It's weird. But the Impossible Whopper, this one's the one that makes me the most infuriated. Not because of the fact that it's, I guess, do they consider it vegan? Is that what it is?
You got me.
Hold up. Let me look it up then and see.
It's plant-based, so I don't know.
Yeah, okay. Well then again, I don't know. 100% Whopper, 0% beef. What? What? Okay, so the Impossible Whopper is made from Impossible Foods, which is known for its vegan burger that tastes a lot like real beef. Okay, I can get behind Impossible Foods, just not the Impossible Whopper. And this is the reason is because of the fact that now I have no issue with companies and stuff trying to do more plant-based stuff. I absolutely am 100% behind it. I know that this auto this sounds like one of those, like, you know how people say, "Oh, I have no issues with this is gonna be like super extreme, but it's like I have no issues with black people. I just don't know if I want my children to be dating a black person." Now, okay, so this is why I'm like not really on the fence. I'm just more so against the Whopper than I am against like the whole thing. It's just weird to me because it's like this is the same thing as the Heineken. I don't mind you doing it. I just want you to call it something else. And because I'm 100% down with like Impossible Foods. I'm also like my thought process right now. I'm coming off of like 3 days of extreme dieting. So all of my words might be a little bit more, I guess, aggressive because I haven't eaten as much as I usually do. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be on that hangry mode for this episode, but it is what it is. You get the real me, or the real hangry me, I should say. But so I do like the idea of the Impossible Whopper, but it's like it's weird at the same time because it's kind of like what I don't really understand what Burger King's trying to do, because Burger King makes everything but burgers. Like they have been doing everything except making burgers. They've made like now the onion rings that was a hit. That was 100% a hit. But it's like tacos, hot dogs, the
But
cheese
they
puffs.
had Burger King had a while to perfect that or come into their own with the onion rings, because they're the only fast food place as far as when I was younger that sold onion rings.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everybody sold fries. Wendy's fries was always hot. McDonald's fries was always banging.
That was always good.
Yo, they was that. Sometimes that's all you needed. You know what I mean?
I'll take a small
you would
fry.
have to small fry or get a fry, and get a meal, the biggie, whatever the biggie meal was.
Well, the supersized
super
meal?
size,
Yeah.
super size meal. I'm sorry, McDonald's, because you put that to rest. You get the super size meal, and then you get the large fry. A small fry to go wherever you going.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You was digging in the bag, then you end up with no fries, so you had to pad that.
You're like,
So the fries were that good.
They were.
Then McDonald's with the onion rings, and somebody had waffle. No.
Chick-fil-A has waffle fries.
No. Okay, yes. Arby's with the curly fries and the cheese.
No one gives Arby's enough credit for their
the curly fries. Yes.
Those curly fries, they are something else.
So, people had their go-to with the McDonald's, and you said going back to Burger King with the whatever it is now,
I don't know
whatever they
what's
do
going on.
with it, now they Impossible Whopper.
Yeah, I'm like,
I'm good money.
It's weird because it's like it feels like they're just trying too many things, and I think now that I'm like I've actually talked it out of my system, I'm not even really more so upset with like the Impossible Whopper. Like I said, like I'm not. I think that it's a great idea. It's just that I feel like they're trying all of these different things, and it just feels weird. And so, because I've heard of Impossible Foods, I've kind of like, I wouldn't say I've been like a super huge fan or anything, but I've heard of them. I've seen them every once in a while. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. And I think that, I don't know, it takes a creative person to be able to make something plant-based taste like a burger. I actually told a friend of mine, I said, I don't mind vegans doing what they're doing. I just want y'all to come up with your own names. Because like pasta has its own thing, burgers are its own thing. Everything is its own thing, like cake. And so it's not that I'm against it. It's that I just want to be able to identify it by its own thing.
Yes, definitely. Because this is what I don't understand about vegetarians and vegans and that sort of thing. If that's your lane, that is your lane. I don't agree at all, because we have carnivorous animals, let's see, what lions eat meat.
Yeah.
Jaguars eat meat.
But gorillas don't. They're fruit and plant-based.
And that's why I give them their lane. I don't agree Because in my case, I am a carnivorous animal in my where I stand.
Birds eat meat. Yeah,
So
worms. That's right. Do they? Birds eat meat.
some everybody has their place. The thing is that I don't understand, and this is where out of everything I'm saying, whatever eats or doesn't eat meat, I do not understand why every time they come up with something like tofu, it tastes like meat. No. Why? If you don't eat meat, make it taste like tofu. Say that.
I don't mind tofu.
I understand you don't mind.
No, I'm saying like I'm saying like
mind,
I don't mind tofu,
but
so you can make it taste like tofu.
Exactly.
It's
whatever that I'm going on along the lines of what you're saying about, have it have its own name.
Yeah.
Have it have its own name. It has its own name.
Yeah, because I love your stuff. I love the stuff that they put out. It's just that like I would prefer it to be in its own lane because I don't really want to like, I don't know. It's like it's one of those things where I don't want to be expecting one thing and get another. Like even when it comes to like the foods that I eat, like if someone says like frog legs, someone's like, oh, it tastes like chicken, and then I tasted it and I was just like,
no, it don't. No, it don't.
Yeah, and
chicken tastes like chicken.
Yeah,
frog legs taste like frog legs.
Exactly. And so this is even like, even in I guess the meat eating community, there's still things where I'm like, I don't want to be reminded of something else when I eat this because I'm specifically eating this. Like all fish don't taste the same.
No, exactly.
I don't care what anyone says, it doesn't. So when it comes to things like this, like the Impossible Whopper, which I'm also skeptical about it because Burger King is selling it and it's a fast food restaurant selling there's a lot of things in that. And I'm like,
so, okay, with that, how much is the real Whopper real?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because if it tastes like a Whopper, like
it's a real thing that tastes fake, that tastes real, that tastes fake.
I'm like, what's, I'm good.
Yeah.
I think subconsciously I have something about it that I can't get over because I have not had a Whopper since that thing came out.
Now that I think about it though, it's very interesting.
And I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
And it's more money.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh, that makes sense because it is like, well, does it? I don't know.
Why eating that? And that's another off to the left topic. Like I'm pointing right. Look at me.
I know. I was like, it's like that's off. But you were pointing left. Yeah. But I got you.
Off the left topic. It's not.
Organic food is so expensive.
Why does it cost so much to eat healthy?
Yeah, it's very weird. It's like,
but if you grow your own stuff, it's less expensive.
Which is also weird, but it's like a more expensive process to start up, and so like in some ways or some form,
I think it's the overhead and the convenience of it.
Yeah,
the mass production of whatever it is, it makes it cheaper.
Which is
safely assuming. Please, if you see this and you got some information, these episodes are always fact finding. Want to be fact-based.
Yes.
But definitely fact-finding. I want to learn as much as I possibly can, and this is my venue to do it.
They're opinionated fact-finding sessions.
Yes, definitely.
I think now that I'm kind of like thinking about it though, I'm a little bit more for the Impossible Whopper, more so to speak. Okay, so now that because I know that they named it after Impossible Foods, that's one. And two, because it's more, in a weird way, it's more authentic than an actual Whopper. While not being beef, like if we took beef out of it, it's more real than like a Whopper. And so now
I got you. Yeah, so I feel
this also goes into taking out Impossible Whopper and then putting it in its own lane. So like now it's like, okay, I can agree with this, but when it's in the same lane as the Whopper, I'm like, I can't do this. So the weird thing is
even if they said Impossible Burger,
yeah, I'd be like, I don't know about that, because like even hearing Impossible Chicken now, which like when I found out like about like packaged foods and stuff, I'm like, please don't call it that, because I will eat it if you don't call it that. But I will eat my food regardless. That's just the thing. But I think the name, like just the names and stuff like that is the thing that's like really holding me up.
So how did they get to be able to call it? Okay, let me.
Are you fact checking?
Yes, I'm trying to figure out what it's now, because I did not know. What I'm learning right now is there are impossible foods.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
a whole
So that's
company.
what made me come. So how did the impossible food people? Is it trademarked? Well, how did they get? How did Burger King get to be able? Because Burger King is pretty good.
Yeah,
big. I understand that. But how did they get to call their burger the Impossible Whopper?
I don't know. That's a very good question.
Because
That sounds
unless if you paid Impossible Foods some money to call your thing that, or you're trying to a bold move, like I'm gonna just use your
thing.
regardless. You ain't bigger than me.
Yeah, it's like,
You know what I'm saying? And that would be unfortunate.
it's like vegans versus meat eaters.
Exactly.
Like, what are you gonna do?
We make the better impossible food here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
We
I
need
don't.
recipes.
Yeah. I don't know about that. I'm gonna do some research on this impossible food thing.
Impossible foods, you got our vote right now. Burger King, y'all tripping. That's all I gotta say. Y'all be making all these things. This is one of the only moments when I'm gonna say, if they're trying to sponsor us, we're gonna have to have a long discussion. Discussion. But Burger King probably gonna watch this and be like, yeah, nah, fam, y'all coming at our necks with all this stuff. I'm like, yeah, we'll pick. But McDonald's, you always have my vote. You always have my vote. Sorry for everybody else, but McDonald's always has my vote.
Yeah, McDonald's is just a. You know how I don't think they fully real. And you know how hey, that's why you are my son, but you are you and I am me, and I've grown up around McDonald's long enough to be like, you need more people.
The funny thing is, I actually I feel like if I was rich, there'd be only a couple things I'd change about McDonald's. But like I used to eat McDonald's a lot, but I don't anymore. I don't even eat fast foods that much. I think the only place considerably called like that's considered fast food. Wait, is it? No, it's not.
What was that? Which one I missed?
Chipotle.
Oh. It's on the borderline.
Yeah, it's kind of
it's in the middle. It's in this hybrid. I think that's the hybrid of thing. Because now I would go to Chipotle before I go to like Chili's or Applebee's.
Yeah,
I would pick them before I do that.
It's so weird.
And that's buck wild.
Someone asked me why. I can't remember, but someone was like, talking to me about like how they're like, they either didn't understand or they asked me like, or I think they told me, they were like, I think that Chipotle is slightly overrated. And I was like, I could see why you think that, because there is a lot of like, there's a constant hype around Chipotle. But I'm gonna say this, they can back it up because of the fact that they're a very simple chain restaurant. They're very they're as authentic as you can get. I think
their niche is pretty decent.
Yeah.
Like I like because it's only one Chipotle that I found that I will not go to, and I'm not even gonna mention them because I like Chipotle.
Because of the one that you told me about.
And it happened twice, I'm good.
Oof.
You know what I mean? I'm every time you can't mess that up.
Yeah.
It's almost it reminds me a cross between like I don't want to say buffet, but it has that buffet type thing.
Yeah.
Style of
like masalas.
Yes.
But without like the huge buffet. It's like, ooh.
Yes.
It feels like a buffet without a buffet.
Yes. And I'm not with buffets. I'm definitely not, because when we go to masalas, I order off the menu.
I look at that buffet, I'm like, and then I go straight to the menu.
I'm like, yeah, I can't. I'm not that type of dude.
Every single time.
But
to like adjust my seat.
So I'm looking at this find the impossible location thing, and it's 2 Burger Kings, and Hurricanes has some whatever impossible thing. I'm gonna have to do some research.
Yeah.
I am not as prepared as I thought I was to really talk about this.
It's one of those things where you're like,
I'm learning as this is because it's a few places on here, like Urban Bean, of course, Burger King, Top Golf is on here. Yes, like find that. Okay, this is what happened. you folks, this is what I did. So now I have to go back.
Yes.
I clicked on home of Impossible Foods.
Exploitation.
And clicking on find Impossible Foods near me.
I don't know why. I thought the laptop was moving on its own. I was like,
whoa.
What's going on?
So you scroll down and you could go to stores and grocery stores and stuff like that. Yes. So I moved down to.
Are they at Sprouts? I don't think they would be, but
I don't know. I went to the latest from Impossible and wrote and scrolled.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, oh. So one of these I clicked on, and let's see. From us, did it do anything with that one? So I'm hoping that I can get this to our mission, blah, 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 blah. Our foods. How did I get there? So sorry. This is find the impossible. However I got there, I have to go back one more, but
I wish we could have recorded the screen.
Yes.
So we could have put it like in the corner so they could see what was going on.
And as soon as we figure out how to do that, that's got to be done. But
I know how to do it.
Yeah.
You would just have to do it before you started everything. Yeah.
So this is maybe we can add it later. But anyway, regardless of the fact,
shouldn't be too hard.
No. And it has where the empire, because I thought it was just these three.
Can I say something? This UI is absolutely beautiful. This is one of the times that like I'm absolutely impressed with how they do things.
And it started out like this. Whoa. It started out like this.
Wow.
And then I clicked on Jacksonville. And that's what came up. So once you zoom in on, I'm safely assuming this area, boom.
Wow.
Boom.
Huh. Wow.
So there you go. And then
Look at that.
and it comes up. So when I started scrolling down, I saw Hurricane. I'm like, what? So now I'm trying to figure out what Impossible Foods they sell.
Yeah.
Because Burger King, as I'm seeing, is not the only one.
No.
With Impossible Foods.
I'm glad I know now that they call it Impossible Whopper because it's from Impossible Foods and not just because it's like impossible. I'll be like, all right, we about to throw hands, Burger King. We're about to throw hands.
So I learned something today. I'm pretty pleased with that.
Yeah, that was that was a very interesting roller coaster there. I feel like there's gonna be a vegan that's gonna watch this and they're gonna get tense and then they're gonna release and they get and then release and then they're like, okay. So
going back to what we first,
real versus fake.
The real versus fake thing,
the Heineken still doesn't sit well.
Yeah, I have to definitely taste it and come back and bring this back. And that part will go down.
Yes.
On camera. Yes.
It has to.
And fact finding. I gotta figure out what this feels and looks like.
We could drink as many as we want because not like we'll get hung over or anything.
Exactly.
You liars.
Exactly. So, I was gonna bring out one, do a side by side comparison and see if we could tell the difference and does one taste differently than the other and how good or bad.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind that for Angry Orchards. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
But I feel like because it's Heineken, I'm like, no. Why?
Because I want to see. I have been drinking Heineken for so long and through so many different things.
Yeah.
Meaning, when my dad had a keg of Heineken, it tastes different from a keg. It tastes different, way different from a tap. Yes. Heineken warm, I still can't drink it.
Oh,
Heineken out of bottle tastes different from a can, way different. So
that's like Arizona. Bottle and
exactly,
can,
totally, completely different monster.
Yeah.
Even now, I don't frequent Snapple. I used to, because now it's in a plastic bottle. I do not. The taste, the first time, I remember when I didn't know it was in a plastic bottle. Like I didn't catch the transition. 2 for $3, whatever it was. Something to drink. I'm a big tea drinker.
Mm-hmm.
Grab me a bottle. It's cold. Put it on the counter. Blah 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 blah. Drink some. I'm like, squeeze the bottle. Plastic. Now I understand why. So I do not like how things that were in a bottle transition to a can, or like beer out of can. You can't even serve it to me. I do not do. And I will politely. I had a neighbor. Yo, fam, you want, or bro, whatever, you want this bit? No, I'm gonna go into my house and get some wine. I don't do, for whatever it tastes metal. Even okay. Let me take that back. Let me pause for a second, because I don't want to be like, I never drink beer from a can and blah 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 blah. If I'm in a situation like a wedding, there was beer and wine. Beer was in a can. I found a new beer through a can. Mm-hmm. Shock Top. Shock Top is really good to me. I liked it. It's a summer. I was a Line and Google fan and not a Blue Moon fan. So Line and Google was my thing. I'm part of the fruit your beer thing. I actually like orange, and because it had me going. I was like, I appreciate it.
I tightened that down. I heard it was shaking. I was like, I hope that it's not like shaking.
This
I heard something. I just kept hearing shaking. My bad.
It's probably the table itself. That.
Yeah.
This.
I was like, it's something.
Yeah.
It's something.
I don't know how to.
Oh,
this one.
Side. Yep. Engineers.
So
it's like something's going on. I don't know what it is.
So where was I? And the fruit in your beer.
Yes.
Fruit in your beer. I am Line and Google down. I love Line and Google, and if I could get it, and I have to be in a mood. I just like right now I'm on Angry Orchard. I like them. They actually taste the same from a tap.
What?
They're in the bottle.
That's wild.
Yeah. But going back to Line and Google, I had it in a can at a wedding.
Yeah.
I was almost, I say forced, because I was looking for a glass the whole time. And when I couldn't find it, when I had enough of them, you know what I mean? I'm not really looking for a glass, so to speak. Mm-hmm. You know, I was in a botanical garden and I didn't want to, no, I understood. Like football games and stuff like that. I understand. You don't want any broken glass, like,
oh gosh, yes.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes tailgating, I understand. I got you. I am always wanting like my own cup or a koozie or something to pour it into.
Yeah.
Out the bottle if I have to, because I'm not a big. I would avoid canned like martini glasses. I avoid them at all costs.
Oh yeah.
So, but Shock Top, became a fan from that one outing. It would have been a real long night had I not found that beer. You know what I mean? Because the wine that was there, I don't even think I was in a wine mood. So, I just had a time.
Mm-hmm.
But this Impossible and Heineken Zeros and everything like that, don't know how I feel.
Yeah, I just want everything to have its own like category, except Heineken Zero. Heineken, I love you guys. If you want to reach out at any time, I think I say that at least once every video. I'm like, Don, if y'all want to, like Downey, if you want to reach out, give us some toilet paper, whatever. It's like, yeah, But I think Heineken Zero is the one that I'm because I'm not on the fence about either of them, but Heineken Zero has definitely dropped off to the left for me. I'm like, come on, it's cheating. That's cheating. I mean, it's ooh.
So, what's been going on out here?
I did recently have this. It wasn't an epiphany, but I guess it'll be good for the second half of this. It was a great intro, I guess. But I was watching because I started watching Princess and the Frog, which
Gotcha. Okay.
yeah, because that and Moana, and then like a couple other movies are like probably my favorite movies like of all time right now, or at least yeah, I think yeah for sure. But I was looking at Mickey Mouse, and then I was because it was just the intro. Movie didn't even start, and I had this epiphany. But it was like I was like, this man literally made so much money off of being a thief. Walt Disney is a thief, and if you don't think he is a thief, you are lying to yourself. Because Mickey Mouse, I think it wasn't even his idea. I think it was someone else's idea. He got that idea and then just
ran with it.
Yeah.
Dang.
And then because I watched the movie, it was like I watched the movie and some other things, and even if that was his idea, Disney as a whole still there was most of everything that you have seen a movie of came from an original concept that sometimes isn't really mentioned, which is fine. You know, it's like turn the book to the movie, whatever. But this is the thing. There was already a Lion King that was like a thing, and it was like something the White Lion or something like that. Just something the White Lion.
Okay.
It was a movie made in Japan. Kimba, not Jim. Kimba the White Lion. It was a movie made in Japan. And like there's that, and there's a whole bunch of other things, which like I said, I have no issue with taking like a book or just a concept and then just like, you know, running with it. But like, yeah, Disney just has this weird history of like theft. They do, and they can get away with it because they're powerful. Like, who's gonna stand up against Disney? Like, who's really gonna do that? You know what I'm saying? And it just got me thinking about like a lot of things where it was like I was thinking about like just because Thomas Edison did not invent the light bulb. Do y'all know what this man invented? He invented the electric chair. He did not invent the light bulb. His intern was the one that did all the work. He took credit. And I'm like, man, history has a funny way of just accepting thieves, but they love to lock them up.
Wow.
Because and this is the thing. There's two reasons I said that. If you lock a thief, you can take his idea and then you don't get in trouble for it. But also, if you are a thief and you're powerful enough, you can steal anything and then you can just call it inspiration. Now, there's a very distinctive difference between being inspired and then stealing. I've seen a lot of people get inspired. There's a concept. Their concept looks similar, but you can tell like they did their own little thing to it and whatnot, which Disney does do that. I'm not going to discredit the artists and all the, you know, they do that for things. But there's also the times when you have like blatant stealing and it's like, no, we're going to take this. And there is no thin line between the two. It's all about, in my opinion, it's all about, what's it called? Intention. Your intentionality of why you're doing what you're doing says it all. Because I've seen photographers literally do the same thing, like in a sense of like they take the concept and then run with it. And one of them was trying to make a profit. The other was trying to make art. And sometimes you can tell when someone just wants to make a profit. Now, I have no issue with someone finding like concepts of mine or things that I've done and then emulating them. I think that it's a great form of flattery and whatnot. Yes. If your post blows up and mine doesn't, okay, you know, I might be a little hurt. I ain't gonna lie, but it's still like.
So this is what like I like a lot of hip hop. I like a lot of poems, spoken word type thing, and I'm always in awe of a poet that can speak from memory. It's that it resonates through them. I don't have that kind of memory. I always love that. But like hip hop, I can listen to hip hop and get inspired by a song or a line. It's something that might be in that line, and I might use a word from it, or I might use a synonym from that word. But I am not taking their concept at all.
No, I can't.
I just take their frame of mind from where I'm standing. If it's, if I'm listening to R&B and I'm listening to a breakup song, it might be towards that, melancholy feeling or something like that. Or if I'm listening to Nas or Nip or Big, I'm fired up. So that's what I'm writing towards. But it's always I'm inspired by whatever that realm is. I absolutely cannot. That's stealing.
Yeah.
If you, I can't. I feel some kind of way about Walt Disney right now. I feel, and I like Walt Disney as a company and the things that, Lion Kings and, Lady and the Tramps and all that. But
this real quick and make sure
that's not far-fetched. That's been, okay. So me and my homeboys T, we was watching, what's the movie? Seabiscuit. No, I think it's called. Was the movie called Seabiscuit?
Yeah, it was
okay.
Seabiscuit.
Okay, the horse was named, if I'm not mistaken, Secretariat. So they never talked about the person that took care of the horse, because that's how he won the Triple Crown. Because the person that took care of the horse was the one that was the intricate portion of the whole Triple Crown. I say that to say we were talking at a point in time, and he brought that part up about Secretariat and the Triple Crown and Seabiscuit and blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna take it back to the cotton gin.
Yeah.
And I think I mentioned this in an earlier podcast, and forgive me if I'm restating this, because this will always be restated inside of whatever
times
it is.
Over.
But people, do you actually think that Eli Whitney came up with the cotton gin? Do you actually think that someone was trying to make it easier for slaves to pick cotton easier? Don't you, logically speaking,
Yeah.
without any delving into history and slavery and picking cotton and all that, do you think that somebody engineered how to pick cotton better and faster than some black person that's out there picking cotton and be like, hey, look, I want something better or easier for my
From a people.
for
From
the
property.
children, yeah.
From a property. Okay, I'm not gonna lie.
So you know what I mean? Do you actually think so? If you think Eli Whitney is the person that made the cotton gin, very well, I don't believe it.
Yo, Eli Whitney was ugly.
Oh yeah,
Like I'm looking at, because I don't care. Not that it's like I'm not gonna say I don't care about Eli Whitney, because I do love history, but yo, homeboy was ugly. Like I'm sorry y'all, but he was ugly. Like he was hideous. Like you couldn't tell me that. No, I absolutely not. This dude look like how people think the devil looks like. I'm sorry.
Just saying, just looking at history and looking at and where we are now in our lives. Like, okay, Detavius, riddle me this. Eli Whitney came up with the cotton gin, made it more, was able to and let's say this is true.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened to all those after that, right now where we are? Why we can't get them to make us easier stuff for our lives now?
Like, just different.
Period.
Yeah. Just
Period.
Anything.
Period.
Because
I don't think they make it easier for us.
Because if they did it then for slaves, they should be doing it now for free folk. People that aren't even in, unless you're a prisoner, which if you haven't watched the movie or the documentary, The 13th, go watch it
Yes,
because it's
definitely.
absolutely. I love it. It's absolutely insane. I'm gonna rewatch it again probably after I
Yes.
finish Princess and the Frog. But
How
it's
they see us? What is it? How they look at us now?
Mhm.
Yeah, or how they look at us?
Yeah, I think it's weird because like I talk about convenience a lot and I'm not convenience is one of those things I'm like iffy about because I don't like convenience if it's to produce laziness, but I do like I do like laziness when it produces convenience, I'm not going to lie. Because even I think it was not Bill Gates. It was either Bill Gates or it was um Steve,
When they see us,
my homeboy Steve Jobs, and he was just like, it was something along the lines of, don't quote me on this because it's probably going to be butchered, but it was like, I'd rather hire a lazy person than a hard worker or something because a lazy person always finds a way to make even the hardest things more convenient and easier. And I was like, dang, that's very true because let me tell you, if you've ever been on the couch and your remote is way out of reach, you start looking for everything that can. You're like, dog, I'm about to. You get. I think some of the craziest inventions is getting the sticky hand and then wrapping it, throwing it, and just like, I'm like, what's going on?
I got a better one for you. So I have been talked to about this. My television has a app that when it's on, I can remote my television from my phone. Yes. The only thing I think I cannot do is turn it on. But when it's on, see, now it's searching for it.
It was Bill Gates, by the way. I choose a lazy person to do a difficult job because we will find an easy way to do it. That's the quote. So hard workers are still great.
Yes, definitely. So is doing?
It is.
Yes. Boom.
Convenience.
Like, and this is like, I got a way to do the pad or I got a way to do the remote itself.
Remote, yeah. Look at that.
So if I want to go, it should be on Netflix. If I want to go to Netflix, whoops.
Flitnix. $3 to rent. Get out. I wish you guys could see this because this is amazing. Ethics. You think Grey's Anatomy is ever gonna end? I feel.
Oh my goodness, let me put that into that. Thank you. Put that into the notes. I mean, because as y'all been watching, most of the time when I'm typing podcast topics and definitely.
Well, Grey's Anatomy. Oh man, I gotta write that.
How do you watch television? I think we could go into that one.
Yeah, we'll have to go into it.
So I'm gonna just put this little caveat, and we are gonna come back to that. I do not like commercials. I do not like TV shows that are going on, as far as like Game of Thrones, Walking Dead, all your TV shows that's going. I do not watch them now because Netflix has spoiled the crap out of me. I don't like waiting till next week. I'll wait till like Breaking Bad, great television. What's the other one that I want to, and I'm not trying to rush any TV show off the air. I just don't want to wait. And I don't want to waste my time if it doesn't turn out to be a good series. You know, you could tell when the writers change and, you know, they've been going on. I used to watch Grey's Anatomy. I did.
I got to like season 6 or 7.
I think, yeah, whenever, I think the season right after, what they used to call him, McDreamy.
Oh, yeah.
When he got hit by a car.
Yes. I think I saw the
and
one.
If you ain't see Grey's Anatomy and you don't know McDreamy is dead, sorry for you.
Yeah.
Oops. Everything went fine, and then he got hit by the car, and then the whole it went where it went. But going back to perfect two examples that were great TV to me that I watched way after the series was over. Here go 3 was Nip Tuck, and it went to the left, and I went to the left with them when they did. I was like, yo, I'm out. And then it turned out to be good TV. Breaking Bad. And what was the last one? I lost my thought on the last. It'll come back to me. But Californication. All 3 of those shows for me. Now, I'm waiting
Weeds?
for
Did you watch Weeds?
Yes.
That was
I
a
didn't
good
finish it though. I didn't finish it yet.
Oh man, I love that show. That was a funny show.
Hung, Weeds, what's the other one? HBO was my HBO was absolutely my jam for a while because they Dexter. I watched Dexter when it was over.
Bangers.
What was the other one? 6 Feet Under. That replaced The Sopranos.
Oh
man, Famo, Oz, all of these shows that I'm naming, I watched them when the series was over, and I had the reviews. Sometimes I go like Game of Thrones. I'm gonna get to it. That's in my queue, but I don't. I'm not the wait every week in DVR stuff.
no,
I'm not. No,
I'm gonna tell you.
I'm sorry. No.
I started watching commercials when Billy Mays died. Didn't care about him anymore. Because what do you do after that? Like, come on, it's Billy Mays. Like, he was the king of commercials. I don't care what anyone says. When Billy Mays died, I had no reason to watch commercials anymore because it didn't matter what he was selling. It was entertaining to watch. He made commercials entertaining.
Yeah.
Now, Cartoon Network, like Disney and all that, they usually had, they had their little sponsored commercials and stuff where they was like, oh, this show, and I was like, yeah. But yeah, after Billy Mays RIP'd, I was like, yeah, I'm out. Because ain't nobody gonna be like, Billy Mays here. And they're like, but wait, there's more. I'm like, whoa, there's more. Tell me about it.
Seen on TV.
He's like, now I cut the planet in half just to show you that Mighty Putty can. I'm like, wow, that's freaking crazy. I'm like, Mom, can we get some? Look at this, dude. It's come on. Dude, Billy Mays could sell a rock if he wanted to. That man was amazing when it came to just like advertising. That's the dude you wanted on your team. But his charisma was great. Some people are over charismatic, and it's almost like they're trying to force their body to just like explode. It is the most disgusting thing to watch when people try to force charisma. I'm like, Doc, just chill out. But here's who here's some information about the Mickey Mouse. Where is it? So if you guys don't know, Oob, I think it's either Iwerks or Iwerks. He is the person that should be credited for making Mickey Mouse. Because the origin of Oob's, like, this is all his work. Like, all of those are his sketches.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
And if you
now, did he get paid for it, or did he just...
You
know what I'm saying?
He got paid, like, I think a little, but not really as much as he should have. Where it was like,
and I could definitely understand how that how that happens.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Walt Disney was a thief. I hope he's rolling around his grave right now as I say this. Homeboy, dang, that's low. That's crazy. But yeah, he made. I hope that the Walt Disney stands come after my neck. And they're like, no, it was it. I'm like, I don't care what you guys say. Oob is the real MVP of this. Now, Disney is great. I love Disney. Like I said, I think I was also talking to a friend of mine about like taking my kids to Disney because he said he didn't go to Disney when he was younger. So he's like, I don't feel like I'm missing out. And I was like, how would you know? Because I want to take my kids to Disney. And whether or not they grow up and they're like, they want to go back or not. I think he's like, but they're too young to even like realize that they're there. I was like, yeah, but like you can see it on their face in the moment that whatever's going on, they're absolutely enjoying. And then that's what got me thinking. I was just like, that's so weird that like, I was like, man, it's almost like you can't give pleasure if people don't really realize what they got and stuff like that. And I was just like, because I even think about it like, imagine all of the things that, you know, like you didn't do for you wouldn't have done for like Jakai or Jace or Carson because they're too young. Like,
Yes.
if like even now, like Carson, like she could be 20 and she's like, I don't remember any of that stuff when I was 6. And then it's just like, yeah, but the pleasure that you got, it created the person who you are. And so, and I was watching another guy from YouTube. He does like a lot of like I can't remember exactly what he is, but he and his wife were talking about how they took their kid to Disney World. He was like 1 year old or something like that, and he was like vicariously like living through his kid. But he noticed how much sensation his baby was getting through being there and all like the lights and everything that was going on. And he was like, it's so funny because Tyka's probably never gonna even realize that, like, he's never gonna even remember this, but like just right then in that moment, it was like the best thing ever. Yeah. And so it was just so funny. But yeah, Walt Disney straight. I mean, I wouldn't say he scammed his homie out of a great idea, but I'm gonna just say that a lot of things start out as thief. A lot of things, I've noticed a lot of great, whether it's ideas, businesses, corporations, it usually happens because someone stole the idea. I think usually the only times that it works in the favor of whether it's two people is like when they're either siblings or they're just really great friends that always feed off of each other. So it's like for instance, I might have made a hook of a song, but my friend made the chorus, and then I made the verse, and then my friend made another verse, or like he's like, oh, actually, like this part, like let's trade this, but you know, stuff like that.
Gotcha. Yeah.
But it seems more like this was like, hey, fam, that's a good idea. I'm gonna take it, and then and that was it. And so, yeah, I've noticed that like in the creative world, it's very, very prominent. It's probably not even in just creative world, it's just in general. And I feel like it's almost like an epidemic. And I think it's because like half of it is because everyone wants to be original. I'm just like, hey, there's a lot of new things under the sun. That is true. But at the same time, like originality isn't overrated, but it's overrated. I think that originality leaves no room for community because everyone wants to just do their own thing and they want to be original. They want to have this thing that they're known for and they want to da-da-da-da-da. And I'm just like, imagine how many times the anatomical structure was done before Leonardo da Vinci did it. And then it's like, you know, people might be like, oh, he was so original. And then you go back and you look and then you're like, wow, that actually wasn't original, but it was a better version. Or like even hieroglyphics. Like I think about it like paintings. And I'll use like Japanese folklore and stuff like this, for example. So imagine how many times we've seen Japanese art where we've just seen things. And imagine if we could never remake that same thing because it's not original. And it's like, oh, you can't make this better because it's not original. Or it's like, oh, you can't do this because someone did something similar. Or it's like, we already have a picture on this website or this thing that we've already done. You can't do that because it's, you know, and it's like, because there's only so much originality you can there's only so much originality that people can create every year. It just an honest opinion. Like the electric car, Tesla was not the first electric car. iPhone was not the first smartphone. But you know, even my camera, these mics were not the original. Gotcha. But every single step that we took towards better, and you know, the first mic obviously didn't look like this, but someone decided like, oh, I'm going to make a mic that kind of looks like this, but it does this, or I'm going to do that. And so it's like, now we have, I mean, if Walt Disney was like, hey, I really like that idea, let's change this and this and this, I would have been like, okay, but this is what happened. He said, that's a nice idea, I'm going to take it. And that was the end. That was the end. So I think it's like, I've been able to make a lot more things with people when we kind of just settle like, and I've actually been able to make a lot more, I would say like original stuff or just things that can be taken for inspiration and stuff like that with people, rather than if I'm trying to just conjure up this super ultra real, like, you know, this original concept that like no one's ever done before. And it's just, and I'm like, no, it's because now I feel like I'm becoming isolated from the world and I'm trying to be like above everything because I made like an original concept. But I've seen one concept go from a basic thing to things that people just wouldn't even imagine could come out of, the original.
Gotcha.
And I've seen ideas where people have pulled like 8 things from different things, pulled them together, like weddings. People send highlights from other weddings. They're like, oh, we would love to have this, and this.
Yeah.
And then you have your own wedding that pops up on Pinterest. Now you're someone else's highlight that looks, it looks the same or different from, everyone else's. But it's like we have so many different things that we can pull from. And it's like in the name of originality, we're not using any of that. And I think it's because we're mixing originality and perfection way too much. And it's like, to be a perfect artist, you have to be original. And I'm just like, listen, in history, if you guys even knew how many times people were not original, you would absolutely throw up on yourself. But it's like originality usually came from insanity, because you're seeing something that other people aren't seeing, but it's still in a sense relatable to other things like that, because you're still taking in a lot of information and your brain is just like pushing it out, like people who have schizophrenia and then they draw it, and it's like you're taking elements from your life that you've already got gathered, but your brain is just spitting it out in a different way. So it's like, even, weird to say this, but it's like even your schizophrenia isn't 100% or quote unquote original when it comes to art, because it's still taking something and then spewing it back out. But yeah, I think that there should be, I'm not going to be like, oh, we should call out all of these, all of these things and make them come clean and da-da-da-da-da. And it's like, no, I think they know what they're doing. Like, I'm not going to just go on a full-on onslaught against Disney. I am going to go on a full-on onslaught against SeaWorld. I still don't like them. I absolutely don't. And I'm going to get rich and I'm going to buy out SeaWorld. I'm completely changing them into an aquarium, because I absolutely do not like SeaWorld. I don't like the way that they just do the things with certain things about SeaWorld, I'll say.
Okay. They have done away with that whole dolphins thing.
Yes.
Okay.
I still don't like SeaWorld.
I got you. I'm just making sure that part is coming to an end.
Now, if there's there's like all of these different articles more about SeaWorld, send them to me. I'm probably still not gonna like SeaWorld, but they're just weird to me. Their aura makes me upset. They just do a lot of weird things, and I'm like, why are y'all like this? Because it feels more like it's just entertainment, which people would say, well, aquariums are entertainment. Yeah, but like, they're nice. They're nice, and it feels more structured. It doesn't feel like it's just all for the people. It feels like it's like it. I feel like I'm walking into their community rather than they're just entrapped in mine. Like, first time I saw a whale shark, I was blown away at the Atlanta Aquariums. The only place that has,
that's where I want to go.
Oh my God, it's the best thing ever. It was right next to the Coca-Cola factory, and I didn't care. I didn't even look at that place. I was like, I don't care about you. I'm going in there, having the time of my life. That ticket was 100% worth it. I spent so much time there.
Yeah.
And it was I think the glass for the where the whale sharks, it's like this thick. And I think it's like some fiber or something like that. But it's not even this. It's like, I think it's legitimately the size. No, it's bigger than this table. Because when I walked up to it and I looked, I was like, wow, yo. And it was just massive. And there was so much room for like so many things. And it was just amazing. And the divers were going in there, and it was like stingrays and stuff like that. And then I felt like the spirit of Steve Irwin was like hovering down to me, and he was just like, it's okay, we've forgiven that. I was like, I know, but I'm still hurt, but it's fine, we're good. And so, but yeah, I'm a huge fan of aquariums, not really a huge fan of stealing. And even when I pray to God I don't do this in my life, but if it ever happens, I hope that people have enough courage to call me out, even if I'm big, because I think there's also an issue where it's like people get that big because no one called it out. And then it's like they get to that point where they're just super powerful, and then now no one can call them out. And so it's like, it sucks, because what do? Like, imagine if Elon Musk, it was actually someone else's idea and he completely ripped it. Now, looking at Elon Musk, it's really hard. It would be hard to believe that he stole the idea for Tesla. Like, it would be because he's such a strange person. But it'd be like, oh man, well, Elon Musk is like so big now, and Tesla's so big, and so we can't really like do anything about it. And so But yeah, I have like that was the thing that I had the epiphany about, and it was just weird watching Steamboat Willie, and I'm like, that wasn't even your idea. Like Walt Disney, yeah, it's like a cool name, Disney World. Like, who would want to go to Oob World? I'm not gonna lie. Or like, you like.
But you know something? It probably would have been different had the name would have been whatever world.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Universal Studios isn't called Universal World or something like that. It's just Universal Studios, which. But that's that. It's the chamomile conversation for all you tea drinkers out there that love to drink. That love to drink the tea.
I love it.
Speaking of, I think I need to. I wish. Oh wait, Panera does deliver, but I don't want them to deliver my tea because by the time it gets to me, it's probably gonna be cold. So I think Amazon probably has some ginseng tea, some chamomile that can be delivered on Prime. If it ain't same day though, I'm like, I don't want it.
I'm good.
Amazon is absolutely. You know what's weird about Amazon though, and we'll end it on this one, but like Amazon, when I think about it, I don't be doing nothing. It's a whole lot of nothing that does a lot of things. Because like when I think about it, I'm just like, you're basically just a big inventory. And other people, like you, in every single way, it's almost like they do no work, which I don't know how it like goes in the background, but it's like from the consumer's point of view, because it's like, okay, I need batteries. Walmart has Duracell batteries, but Amazon also has Duracell batteries, but they're not Amazon's batteries. And so it's like, but Walmart might take a while to, it's like, and then it could be the same shipping, same price, everything, but it's still like, And then you go instantly to Amazon and you're just like, they don't even deliver by like UPS anymore. They deliver their own. Well, I mean, sometimes they deliver by like UPS and USPS and all that stuff, but like, it's so weird because I'm like, you're literally just a big warehouse, and it's like someone just comes to you, gets the stuff, and then just ships it. And like you get money from just stocking things that you get from other people. And it's like, that's the weirdest thing to me, which is amazing. And Jeff Bezos is balling. Like paying no taxes. And I'm like, wow. And it's just crazy that he basically invented a warehouse and he now has this. It's not even a monopoly because there's no competition. Like he's at the point where I don't even think people can be considered competition to him because they don't like, now we have the Echo, Alexa, like all this stuff. And it's like even the faucets now, like I saw this thing where it was like, you can be like you can have a controlled house with Alexa, or you can have things where it's like, hey, like I need like 15 quarts of water. And then it's like, I don't know if it was Alexa or if it was something else, but it was like, they were similar. But it's like, you're not even at a monopoly level anymore. You have completely dismissed competition because no one wants to get anything if it's not from Amazon. They're like
Amazon Prime. I hit the Prime button. I'm like, I'm good. I'm good.
Like
I'm not playing with these games. I'm not playing these Mickey Mouse games.
Heineken Zeros.
Yeah. I'm playing these Mickey Mouse games with y'all.
Yeah, I'm like, that's disrespectful.
So, I'm good.
Yeah. But, hey, monopolize, right?
Definitely.
Well,
now it's time for us to say
goodbye.
Oh my goodness.
We got to get cracking on this house, right?
I am later.
Okay.
Everybody's gonna be in here at one time, and just everybody do what they got to do.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. But we're gonna clean up today and subsequent weeks after.
Cool.
But hey, thank you for tuning in.
Woo.
Watching, listening, however
Yes.
you get this. It is always great, and I thank you very much. This has been another best episode of Breakers of Bread. I am one of your illustrious hosts, Jay Wilkins. You have, now I don't have to go to the left. I go to the right of my hand. And my other greater illustrious host,
Detavius. Oh, my bad.
bring the levels up.
Detavius in the black. This is the Break Us a Bread ASMR.
It is what it is.
We out.
We out. Thank you.